Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 4 Remastered. This is guys 115 speaking, and I would very much like to welcome you back to the good old Temple of Karnak, our home far away from home at this stage. Since this is our second visit to the Temple of Karnak, what you should have other than the Amulet of Horus is the second canopic jar. Otherwise you missed something really crucial in the Sacred Lake, although without picking it up you would not be able to find yourself in this corridor. So I don't think that's really possible. Nevertheless, we are good to go and scoop up the remaining 5 goodies, raising the total pickups count to 154, and also scooping up the 9 remaining kills, raising the total to 83, which is gonna be pretty damn exciting because things are gonna escalate here a lot. We've already found these levels 4 secrets during our previous run and also took care of the 5 breakable vessels. However, as far as achievements are concerned, I'm sorry, again, no achievement to unlock, but we are gonna progress the Theomachist, because the third statue we could see from the distance, but we could not get to reasonably enough spot to actually do a handstand on, and that's all gonna change. Now, what's really cool is that I lit up a flare at the end of the Sacred Lake, and the flare persists into the beginning of the next level. That's actually really impressive. That was not the case in all other previous entries, so the engine was clearly updated to support not just carrying over poison and fire, but also flares. By the way guys, if you've been paying attention a couple of videos back, remember I was talking about this as the exit/entrance from and to from Sacred Lake back into the Temple of Karnak, and that's exactly the case. Now, over on this side is the remaining receptacle for Seth's canopic jar, and we have already placed Horus's canopic jar number 1 behind the statue over here. Now you'll understand what this mechanism is all about and the purpose these statues serve. And it's an incredible payoff. Just look at this. Okay guys, that's it? Really? That's it? You might be wondering. Well, here's the thing. You try to go for a dive into the water and Lara has just almost broken her neck. Yes, it's not that Lara has gotten the ability to walk on water, it's that the water itself is somehow walkable on. This is why I said this would be the type of alchemy even Eckhart would be proud of. This is absolutely incredible and mind-blowing. I don't know how they technically pull this off. And yeah, it's really quite something else. Also, in case you didn't get them before, the shotgun shells under these archwaves will unfortunately now forever become inaccessible, which is exactly why we picked them up during our first visit. Also, you can explore this area thoroughly, but there's nothing else. There's the grade leading from the third secret of this level, but we wrapped up our business there, and that's pretty much it. So now guys, I would like to welcome you to statue of, I don't know, I'm gonna refer to this guy as a water priest. And this one, I think, deservedly counts as a great statue for the Theomachist, which is exactly why I'm taking a screenshot. Furthermore, behind it are some more Uzi clips. Thank you, Priest of Water. This is absolutely appreciated. And behind it, an absolutely impressive hidden area, which doesn't really feel like part of Temple of Karnak, but it's been hidden here all along. This, my friends, is where the crocodiles reside. Plenty of them. Well, 3 of them, but that's actually plenty for such a small area. The first one you can take advantage of from distance. The second one is waiting for us behind the corner, and you need to be quite careful. As for the third one, oh, the poor dear seems to be stuck. You know what to do right now. Let's just get a bit closer. Lara's range isn't the best, and it's not like we have MP5 or M16 anymore. Okay, that's awkward. I'm gonna try and go at it like this and quite possibly regret it horribly. No, I'm committed to pistols. You're not gonna make me change my mind. Whew, that was a bit of a close one. Now guys, our prize that we are after is unfortunately behind this large cage, which is very unfortunate, and yes, that is definitely electricity you can hear. These Egyptians, they had a couple of tricks on the sleeves. There it is. That's exactly where the noise is coming from. I'll be honest, I did prefer the particle effect much more in the original. Here it's far more thinner, sharper, but as a result it just feels less impressive somehow. Like all of a sudden it's made from colored paper and not properly charged with energy. I don't know. Anywho, more shotgun shells. over in the water. And the way to open this is actually underneath, which I think is really clever. And we're gonna enter a little bit of small dusty shrine with this beautiful button with the sweetest sound imaginable. Look how the cage shrunk. It didn't recede into the floor, it literally just shrunk. Its proportions were all messed up, which is funny. By the way, if you're really skilled, you can control Lara during that cutscene and already start swimming out of here if you know exactly where to turn the corner. It's a fun challenge to do. But I just didn't want to shorten the cutscene via doing that. Okay guys, climbing on the pedestal. Guess what? This altar has now 2 items. The Sun Goddess and a key to the Great Hypostal Hall. So let's pick up both. There is no reason not to. And for a swim we go. I feel like it's really appropriate to listen to the Tomb Raider theme after you have made significant progress. Taking a closer look at these goodies, there it is, Hypostal Key and Sun Goddess. And like I explained, Sun Goddess does not have her power without the Sun Disc. And that's why we need to get to the Hypostal Hall, okay? Does that make sense? I really hope so. Honestly, I can't blame you if these 3 levels blend together. Again, it really feels like it should have been one awesome, spectacular level, but alas, they decided to split it. That's Tomb Raider 4 for you. Honestly, they would probably have split Lud's Gate into 4 parts with this design philosophy. Say goodbye to the canopic jars, we are never gonna see them again, we need to climb out of here. And in case you're wondering, oh my god, not this space again, it's gonna be so boring to just retrade the same steps. Well, thankfully the Core Era devs thought about it, and they made things a little bit more exciting this time around. Remember the cutscene with Wonkra and his goons? That was not just for show. They have finally caught up by the time we retrace our steps back into the Temple of Karnak. And they will come in force, which is why I'm gonna try and show you how to minimize damage you'll take to not have to use medpacks or anything like that. See, the human enemies, and I talked about this before, work a bit differently in TR4, and you can no longer just run around them and confuse them that way. Their torso will just move perfectly to the line. Instead, what you want to do is take cover, and this confuses them. Ah, he fired off a few, but that's fine. By the way, none of the assassins in this level will drop anything, so just go and kill indiscriminately and hide here. And this should make the assassin come to you, which is what you want. There, see? That's how we're gonna do this. Also, we've already wrapped up our Scorpion and pickups business, we also got our hands on the 4th secret there. So this time around, I'd like to use this entrance. By the way, this entire detour entering this temple was just to land this assassin kill, okay? You don't have to do it if you're not interested in all the kills, but I feel I should stop doing that disclaimer. By now you know exactly what I'm after. Furthermore, I recommend hide behind this column, and this should give you a good vantage point to kill this assassin and simultaneously hide from that one and let him come to you. That's the best way to deal with these fellas. Oh, do not expect from that side, but that's fine. See how little damage we've taken? Now, one of the easiest enemies to miss in this level, a Scorpion will appear when you climb up here, but this happens only in the 2nd visit to the Temple of Karnak. You cannot pull this off in the 1st one. I have no bloody idea why. I have no idea who would think to look there, but I'm so glad I found and traced this kill. Now the last assassin is a bit tricky because he's gonna fire at you from distance, and also he's covered up by these columns. Oh, thank god, he just started climbing as we approached. That's something I'll need to keep in mind for New Game Plus. Nevertheless, guys, the assassins have caught up and things are gonna escalate so much more when we re-enter the Great Hypostal Hall properly this time. Okay, so which is why I'm gonna make a level end save at a very, very familiar door at this point. This is retreading the same ground, but let's take a look at the stat screen first. So, during our 2nd visit of the Temple of Karnak, we got our hands on 5 remaining goodies and landed 9 remaining kills, raising our kills count to 83, our pickups count to 154. Finally, we crossed that 150 threshold. And again, we are still at 29 secrets, and we're gonna be that even during the entire next level, because Hypostal Hall has no secrets. And we are still at only 9 breakable vessels. I mean, after this much time, it can make you think like you missed something crucial, but no, you are doing well as long as you have the Hypostal Key and Sun Goddess. Okay, guys? So, I'm absolutely making a level end save here. And before I say farewell for today, I would very much like to say my absolutely amazing patrons who have helped us figure out this endless loop of 3 levels out. Blangupel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, Poo2, and Basic Brian E. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons and for issuing Vonkroy and his henchmen some much needed parking tickets. This stole them for quite a while. Next, I would like to say big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkey, Karavetu, Renegade Durney, Blanket Fox, Jonathan Jones, Dig the Bee, and PD92. Thank you so much for your support of the channel and also for issuing tourist leaflets with incorrect information and maps turned upside down to Vonkroy's assassins, making them getting ambushed by Lara rather than ambushing her. I would also like to give special thanks to my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Pavilianiti, Alexander, and Richard Dearman. Thank you guys so much for your valiant support of the channel, and also for throwing young Lara during your visit to a zoo into a cage filled with crocodiles. This way, she was forced to outsmart and outswim them at a very early age. Who knew this would come in handy all the way in her most recent Egyptian adventure? And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your long and generous support of the channel, and also for using your magical powers of ice to freeze the water, allowing Lara to walk upon it and reach the sanctuary with the Hypostal Key and the Sun Goddess trapped inside. You kept these artifacts literally trapped in time until Lara's arrival, as she's the one who, according to Semeket's prophecy, released Set and the one who needs to make things right. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members as well as to each one of you for watching to the end of the video. Watching till the very end really helps promote these demonetized videos on YouTube. Every little bit helps, and thanks to the support of my Patreons, all of my videos are completely ad-free, and I would have it no other way. Guys, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of taste of the bloodthirstiness and combat that Tomb Raider 4 has to offer, and despite there really not being that much of it overall in the game, the combat will absolutely continue in the next level, our second visit into the Great Hypostal Hall. Now that we are armed with the key, we are gonna unlock its secrets, and oh my god, there will be bloodshed. And you know me, I do enjoy classic Tomb Raider combat, ever since Tomb Raider 2 and Midair Rolling, so you'll have that to look forward to in the next episode, also coming with an achievement. Finally, felt like forever. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's 3 episodes, and I'm gonna see you next week, and sooner than you might think, in the Great Hypostal Hall. Until then, I want to wish all of you happy raiding.